Hey, it's Austin from Korked Bats. Let's talk about the Cowboys' final play of the season. Oh my gosh. Now you may be thinking to yourself, at least this year's final play of the season can't be any worse than last year's when they ran a quarterback draw with seconds on the clock.
Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out.
Oh my gosh.
Official gets in the way, the game's over.
And to that, my friend, you would be wrong. This has become an annual tradition for the Cowboys, kind of like back in the 90s when every year seemed to end with the Cowboys hoisting a Lombardi, something that Cowboys fans will remind you of every chance they get. Well, now it just ends with them hilariously pooping the bed every year, just like their owner, Bedpan Jerry. We take it now to the divisional round of the NFC playoffs, where the San Francisco 49ers are beating the Cowboys 19-12 with 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 1912, the same year Jerry Jones was born. Now, I doubt Cowboys fans were sweating it at all, because I don't know if you heard or not, but this, of course, was their year. And before we get to this play, let's show you first how we got here.
No timeouts, you need a touchdown.
So the Cowboys get the ball back with 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and again, I doubt they were sweating it at all, because this was their year. And because they had Dak Prescott at quarterback, who has 20 career game-winning drives in fourth quarter and overtime. And note that this stat does include the postseason, which is literally just one game. Just one. And even that one wasn't very clutch because it was a game-winning drive that came with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But you know what? Who's counting? You know? That's like splitting thinner hairs than the ones on Jerry Jones's head. You know? Dak was the guy for the job. To go 94 yards for the game-tying touchdown with the season on the line. And he showed that on the very first play. Wait, what? Okay, nearly took a safety and then just, gets his pass deflected. My man literally almost got tackled in the end zone, which for the Cowboys probably would have been a better way to end this game than what actually happened. So Dak eventually marches them down to around midfield, or so we thought, till we realized Dalton Schultz couldn't get his second foot down. Leave it to a white guy to not have any toe drag swag. Then again, he is a Dallas Cowboy, so you can't expect to see his best foot forward in the playoffs. As John Lynch will show you, the pass was incomplete, but it was probably for the best because that set us up for one of the greatest plays in NFL playoff history. Cowboys-Niners in the past has given us the catch, and this time they gave us the mess. You know, they say the perfect play doesn't exist. And, I mean, they're still saying that after this play. Now, I don't know what this formation is called, but I suggest it should be called the Dallas Cowboys because it looks a lot better than it is. It gets a lot of people talking, and it ultimately ends in failure. The only thing this formation was missing was Pat McAfee standing awkwardly in that backfield. So naturally, Zeke Elliott lines up at center because, you know what, why not? And everyone else pretty much lines up wherever they want. And as they're lining up, you're thinking, they must have something up their sleeve. Maybe we're going to get a Stanford band play. Maybe we're going to get a Music City Miracle. Maybe a Boise State hook and lateral. Because after all, this is the Cowboys' year for the 27th year in a row. Or maybe we get a fourth option, which is just whatever this was. Oh my gosh. It gets funnier every time I watch it. Like Jerry Jones on a party bus, this play was so anticlimactic. Except I don't think there's a little blue pill that can save this play. Like this play didn't even take up the full 6 seconds that were left on the clock. In fact, this play only took half that long. Kevontae Turpin was laid out with still 3 seconds left on the clock. And my man just had to lay there until the clock ran out. Ball game. Season. Let's watch this again. Of the 3 players that touched the ball on this play, 2 of them got absolutely laid out. Let's focus real quick on Zeke Elliott. Emphasis on the L. Look, if the Cowboys have any plans to run this play again, they need to feed Zeke. Literally. Look at this. Zeke is less of a blocker and more of a suggestion. He gets blown back like he's the Joker. I mean, I cannot get over this play. You have 6 seconds with your season on the line, and you can barely convert an 8-yard hook route. Kevontae Turpin couldn't even get his head around before he was drilled into the ground. But hey, at least he got 2 feet in bounds. Dalton Schultz. I mean, what a way for the season to end for the Cowboys. Game, set, match. As in the kind of match that lit this dumpster fire. And then I love Brock Purdy at the end of this game. This is a guy who's undefeated in his career so far, 2-0 in the playoffs, and yet winless when trying to find someone to talk to after the game. I'm starting to think this is why he's called Mr. Irrelevant. Hello? Will anyone shake my hand? Will you shake my hand? And then this guy's like, I'll give you a hug, Brock. And he's like, thanks. Who are you? But the good news is Cowboys fans have been through this for 27 years in a row now, so they naturally took this loss in stride with grace and class. Oh, sorry, I meant rage and broken glass.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
These TVs were destroyed like they were lined up in that Cowboys formation. You know, Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings have a famous song called
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
And to that I'd add, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Cowboys fans. Unless you don't like your TV. You know, the Cowboys are referred to as America's team. And I think that's simply because nothing unites Americans more than laughing at the Cowboys. And well, now Dak is going to be spending more time in Jerry Jones's doghouse than Ed Werder trying to break a story.